Hello guys, hello pilots, welcome on my channel once again. First of all, just wanted to say to all of you, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best in 2026 and yeah, all the best to you. Today we have a really special video because the sponsor of today's video is wallefpv. Yeah, that's gonna be super cool and fun building video. So don't waste the time. Let's get straight to it. So what is the wallefpv? This is the small brand from China. I believe that before was YZMC or so, something like this. They currently changed the name of the brand. So wallefpv created EAGLE, the very tiny drone with 40 millimeters props. But now they created EAGLE2. So they asked me about to show you guys to build a video. So I approve it. I go for it. And yeah, let's get fun. So in the box we have all the parts we need. To be honest, I'm already did the unboxing video. You can check it out in my shorts video. There is fully unboxing short video. So in the box we get ELRS receiver, we get AIO with 20 amp, I believe. It even can hold up to 6S, but EAGLE is 3S. We got frame, as you can see, nice and tiny. Is already we've pre-installed the ELRS antenna. Then we got the motors. They are really tiny and branded also by wallefpv. As you can see, we can read they are 1002 1400 kV. That's nice. Also in the box you get two batteries, 3S 380 milliamp. That's quite nice touch. And yeah, some screws. This is the 04 Pro air unit camera. We get two screwdrivers, two battery holders. As you can see, we're gonna get open. Even I don't check if they are different sizes between them. Yeah, looks like, I'm not sure really, but it looks like this one is a little bit smaller than that one. So we will see later on. And some spare screws. Also another packaging of the screws. If you're gonna look for the standoff screws for our AIO, so they are already pre-installed with the lock nuts already in the frame. So this is quite nice touch. It's gonna be nice and quick build. So I believe the first step will be great to attach our motors. We're gonna use this small packaging of the screws. I believe they are for motors. And we're gonna use screwdriver included in the set. We're gonna grab it, the tiny screw, just like so. gonna place it here in the frame. As you can see, I just find a little mistake. I believe they don't watching the actual sides they screw in. As you can see, the motors going here on the top, and the holes created for the motors, they are on the bottom. So now if we got here this tiny screw which is going out of the bell of the motor, out of the mounting, you can see it just go about 1 millimeter out. If we try to screw it up, it can't get straight. So at the moment I need to change side. I just gonna unscrew it, 4 screws, and just change the plate. So I don't gonna waste your time. I gonna back in a second. I just unscrew it, our bottom plate, and I change direction of the stack screws. So that is everything fine. Even now we get easier to put everything in place. So in my opinion, the first of all, we're gonna start again with the motors. Now we have our holes just here on the top, so we can fit perfectly our motors, and then we just screw them in. They now nice and flat, there is no gap between, so that's what we're looking for. And then we're gonna screw up rest of the motors. They are really tiny screws. As you can see, the motors are in place. So yeah, let's gonna do it, rest of them, and I gonna back to you. So here it is, our frame with motors attached. And then we're gonna grab straight away our AIO. This is the EAGLE2 AIO. I'm gonna just take this off, these QC checks. As I mentioned before, this is 20 amp AIO. And now with this shorter backwards is gonna be the backwards. The longest the longest side, it will be for off-row camera to get out of the props, so there will be not props in view. And then we just gonna simply slide in our AIO. Just like so. And yeah, our AIO is nice in place. And then we're gonna grab these tiny lock nuts. And we're gonna put our lock nuts on top. Obviously they are not lock nuts, they are classic nuts. They are even plastic ones. I could use the metal ones, but I don't gonna add any weight on top of that. On top of that, I'm gonna use the bigger battery. I've ordered instead this 380, and we will see on the flight test how it's gonna flying with 750 3S. I'm quite interested. I saw the reviews. There is only just over 2 minutes of flight time with 380. It's quite short time. For me, the time is the most important part of these tiny drones, because flying 2 minutes sometimes is too short. If you plan to shoot something, you need to really do as quick as possible, and then the run out of battery is coming really fast. So I recommended to try with the bigger batteries than included 380 in the box. So everything we'll see later on in the video. Just make sure they are in the same tightness, so later on will be easier to calibrate the magnetometer, and everything will be works as should to be. So yeah, we have AIO in place and motors. Now we can add some solder on our motor pads. Alright guys, the motor pads are dipped with the solder, and now we can measure and prepare our motor wires. They came with the connectors. I am surprised when I saw there is no connectors, no plugs in the AIO, so we need to cut the wires. We need to take off these connectors and just measure the exact long the wires. I believe it will be great something this way, so I'm gonna cut them somewhere here. Yeah, something like that. So I'm gonna do rest of the motors and I'm gonna back to you in the second. As you can see, guys, the wires are ready and prepared. So we're gonna grab the first wire. They are so tiny. And yeah, nice and quick solder. Gonna just make it even better. I even not apply the solder on these tiny wires because they are so tiny. We have plenty of solder on our pads. So yeah, looks nice. And now to make it nice and ready, the first motor, I'm gonna use this texture meshy tape, electric tape, and then I'm gonna tape around this motor. Just like so. As you can see. And then we're gonna do the rest of the motors. Motors are pre-soldered, as you can see. So now we can check if everything works as supposed to be. I can see there is no shorts or something like that. I'm gonna plug straight away the battery on, and yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it works. So the next step, what we're gonna do, I believe, is to attach our O4 air unit. I have my O4 Pro air unit right here with antennas attached. I took off from my Whoop from the other brand, but we have already pre-installed our antennas in the in the drone cage. So I hope I gonna just took off these ones, and I gonna use the ones which are already pre-installed in our frame. So yeah, antennas are detached, and now we have to check our mounting holes. So as you can see here in the frame, here is our mounting for 04 Pro air unit. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna grab our air unit. We're gonna place this in the frame, and we're gonna just tighten it up with the screws here on top. Very simple. Just like so. As you can see, 04 Pro is attached to the frame, and now we can just hold our top plate or the bottom plate, wherever we call, and we're gonna just clip in our antennas for VTX. And then when antennas are attached, we're just gonna close it up and we're gonna screw them back as been before. Now we can pre-attach our 04 Pro camera straight to the frame, and we're gonna use the set of screws which is included in the set for 04 Pro camera. And now, as you can see guys, how it looks our 04 Pro cage, and also hold the drone cage. Is really looks pretty solid in my opinion. Just one issue in my opinion is not worth it to tidy it up before we put all the parts together, because as you can see this wire for 04 Pro air unit is really tiny and short. It's quite short, so we need to detach our 04 Pro, then just plug it in our 04 Pro, then when the receiver will be in place, then just tighten up our top plate with the cage, bottom plate with the cage, and then on the end of the build we're gonna tighten up our 04 Pro air unit. But now is the time to solder up our ELRS receiver. So in my opinion, the best option will be if we get our antenna ready. And this question is, which way will be the best? Because here is the cage for ELRS receiver. We're gonna just push it in like so. And we're gonna provide here antenna or backwards. But I believe on front will be great because antenna is quite long, and then these wires go just this way here. Yeah, that will be the best, but we need to just change top with the bottom. You're just gonna slide in our ELRS receiver once more. Yeah, just like so. And then we're gonna provide here our antenna just like that. And then we're gonna just plug it in our antenna straight to receiver. As you can see, we have mounted up our receiver, antenna is plugged in, and in my opinion, to avoid in any crashes or something like that, when you hit in the crash your antenna connector, to use T700 glue. It just make for that kind of things like antenna connectors, VTX connectors, receivers. Yeah, for example, the new 04 Lite air unit, it have all the plugs on top, so it's the best option to use T700 just on top of the connectors, on the corners, just like so. Yeah, to avoid the breaks, just like so, a little bit, I believe, is enough. So we're gonna let him dry, and then the last two things, we're gonna solder up our receiver, and we're gonna attach our 04 Pro air unit to our AIO. Now we're gonna add some solder on our receiver pads. Don't need too much. Just a little bit, they are really tiny wires. Just like so. I already cut them and make them shorter. And now we can prepare them just for soldering. And now we need to know our wiring, which we have no information on the AIO. We have information here, so we have yellow is our RX, white is our TX, 5 volts and ground. And now if we confuse in our AIO the wallefpv, bringing to us the instruction. So on the instruction here on the very bottom we have the ground 5 volts, then is gonna be our white wire, which white wire we have our TX, so here should be white, should be our RX, and then TX is yellow, which is RX in a receiver. So very simple, it's quite nice touch from wallefpv. It makes easier for everybody, even for me, but for sure for beginners, which I highly recommended to start with something like this smaller one, to learn how to solder, how to connect everything to make flying. I believe this is quite nice start kit to get built your first FPV drone. The next one will be 5 volts, just like so, nice and quick. Another wire is gonna be our white. We go exactly as seen on the instruction, and we'll see if that diagram works. That we're gonna know if my radio gonna bind with ELRS receiver. Nice. And the last one will be yellow. And yeah, as you can see guys, it's nice and solder. We don't need to do anything with it. Just we need to double check if my radio gonna bind. So I'm gonna show you. There is telemetry connected. So it's connected, so the diagram works as supposed to be. And now we can have a look. It's even armed already. So everything works at the minute. Telemetry lost. Now we have to just connect it, our O4 Pro air unit, and just make sure to tie up all the screws. And yeah, we're nearly there. As I'm saying before, I need to undo it, these 4 screws from the VTX. So we're gonna just unscrew with them just for a few minutes. And now we need to check our pins where they are on bottom side, and then we just gonna grab our VTX plug, and we need to gently plug it in to our VTX. This plug should be makes a little bit longer, I believe. The 1 centimeter long, more longer, that will be absolutely fine, but I believe we are managed to plug it in, just like that. And now we're gonna check if our VTX gonna lights up together. So yeah, we have the lights on our 04 Pro air unit, so everything is on working order. Now is the time, just the final step to put all the parts together. So once more, we're gonna tidy up our VTX. Just like that. And the rest of the 4 screws. Guys, this is honestly really fun to build this one. I'm so enjoyed to build the EAGLE2. If that one gonna give me fun to fly, honestly, it will be my go-to sub 100 grams, the pocket drone. Wherever I go, I will go with this one. Just we need to have a look how it's gonna fly, right? This is most important thing, how it's gonna fly. When we provide our wires nice and clean, then we're gonna grab our last 2 screws which we're gonna use in this kind of build, and we're gonna just tidy it up. Just like so. Last thing is gonna be our props. With the building kit which we have today here, the props are not included, but also you can go to the website and you can order bind and fly already. Just already is pre-solder motors and etc. And then you're gonna get also your props with the set. But this is the building kit, so they are not included the props. Props which they recommended is 40 millimeters jam fan. Yeah, this kind of props they are recommended from wallefpv. They are a 1.5 millimeter shaft, so that was good because I have them on hand, and we're gonna just snap them in. I'm flying with the props out. I don't know what you guys prefer, but my favorites is props out, the front props, yeah. So gonna place our props. And yeah, our EAGLE2 by wallefpv is nice and ready. I'm pretty interested how is gonna fly. The last thing I will be forget is the battery holder. So here is, I believe this is the holes which we can provide our battery holder. One side, here we're gonna go with the second side, and yeah, we have ready and pre-installed the battery holder. We're just gonna grab our battery, just like so. And then we're gonna just snap them in. It's quite tidy, but it's held it pretty well. And yeah, EAGLE2 ready to fly. Just let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you think about the EAGLE2 drone, if you are like it or not. What you prefer? You prefer the whoops, tiny whoops, or you prefer no ducted drones? Let me know in the comments, and I can't wait for the flight test. I wish you all the best. I wish you happy flying. I believe you're gonna get your EAGLE2 and you're gonna get the same much of the fun as I have today to build this tiny little Park Reaper. And I wanna see you on the flight test. Hello guys, hello pilots, welcome to the flight test. To be honest with you, I'm already after 2 flights. As you can see here, I've got 550 milliamp 3S lava, and I've used already 380 3S included in the set. And I'll be honest with you, I really enjoy to fly this little Park Reaper. This thing is really very good. It's so stable. Every second, every moment, you are really enjoyed the flight. Only the issue I've got, I can't connect it to the beta flight. I'm not too sure why, but it shows me the diff mode. When I connect it to the beta flight, it shows me diff mode. I tried the Impulse RC recover, but this doesn't help. So I've done already flight test. It's flying really amazing. I gonna go to the home and I try to update it, the beta flight, to the newest version, and we'll see, because I need to change my modes for different switches. And yeah, but overall, guys, this is absolutely worth it. On 380 I've done 2 minutes and 40 seconds, I believe so, and on the 550 I've done nearly 5 minutes. So is, I believe 550 is go to the battery for this one. Pretty amazing, guys. I'm highly recommended the EAGLE2. You don't gonna get disappointed. So that's my review of the EAGLE2, and I wish you guys happy flying, and I hope you are get your EAGLE2 and you're gonna enjoy the same as me. So just have a look on the footage. As you can see, I don't fly with the ND filters today, so there will be not blur motion or something like that. I'm gonna post it unstabilized footage, so you're gonna see the real flight performance of this quad. Highly recommended once more, and I wish you all the best and see you on the next one. Cheers.